NFL. And we've got the Panthers' rocket arm quarterback. After his last game, now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Panthers and the Saints on Sunday night primetime.
Well, it is just the perfect time of year for a trip to the Carolinas, and that's where we find ourselves at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the New Orleans Saints and the Carolina Panthers. Brandon Garden alongside Charles Davis. And CD, you look at the Saints in this matchup, they're squaring off against a very tough unit to throw against.
And this is not one of the better passing offenses in the league to begin with, Brandon. And to illustrate that point, they're down near the bottom of the power rankings, so the focus is going to need to be on possession-type throws. Whether they're trying to use their running backs or tight ends a little bit more, the big thing is to make sure the quarterback gets it out of his hands quickly to his receivers, and they hope to gain an advantage that way.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. Fielded just outside the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
And I think it's safe to say that, and I heard him say it in the post-game press conference, that was a team win last week because he didn't really play up to his normal standards, throwing 2 interceptions.
No touchdown.
Yeah, didn't offset it at all, but the team found a way to get it done.
Come on. Hey.
Willis going to throw it right away. This is Smith with a grab. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. The numbers there for Kamara from a week ago. 2 trips to the end zone and well past 100 yards.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him, didn't we? We saw some power. We saw finesse. We saw speed. And what I love the most, he finished each and every run.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They run it again with Kamara. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line.
Holding. Offense.
Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hand.
And it's a fumble, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes it into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery and a touchdown for the Panthers. Extra point attempt to come here. And this will be good to give the Panthers a 7-0 lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. And they, if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
Well, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one was accepted. Now Willis to throw. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And this will wind up as Saints first down as good running gets him to about the 44. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
On 2nd and 9, Willis. This is the tight end, Njoku. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
The perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion or would have picked it up. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Play action. Here's Willis. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And the Panthers are going to have it here at their own 15.
You got to know as a quarterback it's going to be tough to outthink this guy in the defensive backfield. He's been at it 11 years now, so he knows all the ins and outs of the position, and he's in the right spot there to come up with the interception.
On 1st down, Cobb looking left side, that's caught by Moore. He's at the 50, the 30, and he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Like so many wide receivers, he is a threat with the ball in his hands, and he's able to do his damage here after the catch. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested, and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Cobb. And he wisely will throw that one away.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
Back to throw again. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And the Panthers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
The speed with which this offense can get down the field is taking them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up for the 1st and goal.
They'll look to throw again. And it'll be caught in the end zone for the Carolina touchdown. DJ Moore. A great effort there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Panthers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. No problem there on the extra point. And that'll make the score 14-0. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Alvin Kamara and the Saints set to start their next drive. And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Could do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself that this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this close to the mark, you just hope things don't tighten up. Right? You probably want to get there and get it in your rearview mirror.
You really do, don't you? Because now it becomes predominant, and you wonder about play calling as well. Do you want to call plays to get that out of the way, or are you still calling plays to win the game first? That becomes the burden of the play caller.
Now Willis on 1st and 10. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Good hands there defensively. That's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again on 2nd and 10, it's Willis. His throw incomplete.
Even in today's NFL, when you think of the tight end position, that was really a glorified wide receiver. We're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well. And every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 34-yard line. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Saints with the football here to begin quarter number 2. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Willis wants to pass it again. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he's going to get this down near the 25. The Saints had 8-3 now. But they have certainly got it rolling as of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you show your team some trust. Instead of just talking about winning, the very next game, you point out to them, we're on a nice run here. And if we keep doing this, we'll be playing at home in the postseason. And we know that that can ride us all the way to the Super Bowl if we get that done.
Staying on the ground on 1st with Kamara. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Play action. Willis. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
He is over this one. Did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurt. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
And the Saints are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
2nd down and goal. Willis looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
They're so close. That close to the first points in the game. Just need to hang on just a second longer. But he couldn't complete the process of the catch through the jostling from the defender.
Willis on 3rd and goal. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
4th down, Willis. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. An incompletion there on 4th and goal from the 3. And the Panthers defense able to deliver the goal line stand. Here's a carry for the fullback. This is Andy Janovich. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. On the counter, this is Singletary. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety.
Every team has plays in their book to try and buy some room when a safety's on the table. But a big variable is how does each team deal with the pressure of executing in those situations. In this case, they didn't, and they gave up 2 points.
Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense.
They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
Kamara trying the right side, and he's going to get this one down to the 30. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. To throw, here's Willis. Forced out to his left. And that is taken in by Njoku. Touchdown, Saints. David Njoku, 30 yards. And the Saints have cut it back within a score.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
Now the Saints offense will remain on the field and go for 2.
Willis will try and throw for this.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know what I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense. Right?
Well, that's true. You've said that before.
Webster going to hold on to it, and it'll come out to the 25. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again. Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you got a battle on your hands.
His first catch, good for 8 on a first down.
Of Ayuk.
And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Again, he'll drop to throw.
Trying for Ayuk, but it's intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it, and the Saints are going to take possession of the football.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 23 yards on the play. A give to Kamara running right. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws.
And he fires one that's intercepted.
And the Panthers are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Cobb. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A final shot before break. Cobb got a man. That's Ayuk. So it's halftime here in Charlotte with the Panthers out. Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the 3rd quarter and continue this midseason contest. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. There's DJ Moore as he and the rest of the offense head back out there. Good day for him so far here in the 3rd quarter. He's hit pay dirt once, over 100 yards, but hey, it's the 3rd quarter. He's thinking, I want more, right?
He wants more, and it just increases the confidence of his team because every play he makes, that means his quarterback is really feeling good about throwing the football. Probably feels like he can't throw an incomplete pass when he throws it to him right now.
He's looking really, really sharp.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Trying for Ayuk, it's intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. It just appeared there that the defense, they had that read from the moment the ball was snapped. And not only did they get the interception, add a nice return on top of it, all the way into the end zone for a defensive touchdown.
Yeah, and the guy who made the play, he gets the points. But it really was a group effort, wasn't it? How about the coaches? They've got to be so excited. All the preparation, time in the film room, it translated into a big play that put points on the board for their team.
Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. And this is up and good to put them up by a point. It's 15-14. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Webster going to hold on to it, and it'll come out to the 25. DJ Moore, the Carolina offense, about to take over once again. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
One part, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
On 1st and 10, Cobb. Thomas has got it, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line.
On second down, here's a run with Singletary. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
These two teams, they met up earlier in the year, back in week 2. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
On first down, they stick with Singletary.
And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17.
13 yards, first down, Panthers. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, open is Thomas.
And the Panthers are going to have a first and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Herbert will take this one in. Touchdown, Carolina.
That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of a season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the 1. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches. And the 2-point.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans.
And the last time out, they had the good drive going. You get in the red zone, they throw the interception. Not their first pick of the game either, so we'll see if they're more careful, more cautious here on this drive.
Yeah, nothing worse than repeat mistakes, right? You end up coughing the ball up, you end up throwing a pick, everything goes awry. And now, points don't go up on the board. I just heard a fan scream out. I thought the idea was to score points. Yeah, they're getting a little restless, too. Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there.
The Panthers turn their nickel set here as they get ready for third down.
Third down, it's Willis.
It's caught on the right side of Smith. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards.
Fourth down, Willis. Goes right back to Smith again.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on fourth. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there.
Let's go now.
Again, this is Kamara.
And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Here's Willis. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up the third down.
Play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9.
Willis looks to pass it here.
This is Smith with a grab. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 27-yard line. That gain on third down, good for 28. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Back to the ground, it's Kamara.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Willis. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. They'll wind up losing 10 in the sack. And they'll leave with 3rd and 1.
They've got over 30 yards of turf so far, but the sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
The Saints on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 19. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. So a big one coming now for Cairo Santos. From the right hash, this from 53. And the kick is good. He needed a little help there from the crossbar, but the carom goes his way. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
Webster going to hold on to it, and it'll come out to the 25. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nice run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. Looking to throw on second down. Cobb dancing, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Aaron Donald in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there. That brings up 4th. And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The New Orleans offense set to take over. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. 2nd down, here's Willis. Flush to his right. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's Willis. Throw left side, caught by the tight end, Njoku. That'll put him over 150 yards receiving now. Quite a ball game and a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Second down throw coming by Willis. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide. And these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 64 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries. Well, for Alvin Kamara, that speed-size combo, just about exactly what you want for a running back, and he uses that size, that strength. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, his 104th career touchdown, one shy of Tim Brown on the all-time list. And the Saints have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
And this one's caught. And their fourth quarter lead grows by a couple more. So they're able to throw it in for the 2-point conversion. Sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense. That's 2 points for them, but he identified an open target and put it right on him.
Webster going to hold on to it, and it'll come out to the 25.
Carolina getting set to take the field.
And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
Throwing on first down.
Cobb, he's got the connection to Moore.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Back to throw. Cobb, and he'll go right back to Moore. Complete again. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
A gain of 3 on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down. And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. Back to throw again. There again is Thomas. They've gone to him a lot.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Off play action. Cobb. He finds his man, complete. That's Brewer. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 23. He gets it to Thomas. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They come up on a 1st and goal and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and a PAT for the lead. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. They'll look to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
And that is caught. Touchdown. And they're an extra point away from taking the lead here in the final minute.
A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie. Because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read. If you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. So all eyes on the Saints offense. Down on the scoreboard. A little over 50 seconds remaining. Their long win streak in great peril as they come up 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Willis' throw taken in by Watkins here. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Throwing, Willis.
And his throw here's incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it, and oftentimes knock it away.
Willis to throw. Oh, that's going to be...